Hi, I'm Narcogen from Rampagey.net. Last week, Bungie revealed cutscenes and gameplay from their upcoming Destiny sequel. There's a lot of information there to digest, but first I'd like to take a few minutes looking closely at parts of two cutscenes that I think greatly improve Destiny's approach to visual storytelling and character development that I think are going to have a big impact on the amount of enjoyment I get out of playing this game. It starts with the opening cutscene that shows Zavala's journey from being a lone guardian in the wilderness, continually dying and reviving, before meeting up with other survivors of the collapse, among them the Speaker. The sequence ends with Zavala as we know him, atop the tower, accompanied by a young Amanda Holliday. Holliday looks up to see a ship in the sky, and experiences a revelation. She wants to fly. This sets up what will connect this sequence of events to our characters in the events of Destiny 2. Looking to find the missing Speaker, Zavala will order Amanda Holliday to take the Guardian, controlled by the player, to the command ship of the Cabal invasion fleet. The clip is about 90 seconds long and includes some gameplay in addition to a short cutscene. I'll see you on the other side of it.
Amanda's inbound. She'll drop you on the command ship.
Someone told me you need a ride.
Zavala, picked up that Guardian you never showed up about?
Get them on that command ship, now!
Hold on back there! Come on, big guy. Do something. All right, Guardian. Time to kick him where it hurts.
It doesn't hurt that that flight is accompanied by my favorite new musical cue from Destiny 2, and that the strings that build tension in that track sound to me like a callback to similar parts of the Taken King story where Holliday helps Cade put a cloaking device on Eris Morn's ship. Except here, Holliday gets to do more than just work on a ship. She gets to do what she loves, flying. Buried beneath the Postmaster and Tess Erebus, the Grimoire card for Amanda Holliday, for those who took the time outside the game to read it, tells us that born on the road, daughter of pilgrims, Holliday grew up fixing and scavenging, maintaining the vehicles that saved her family from the wilderness. Her talent for engineering and her familiarity with Golden Age relics make her a leader among the tower's shipwrights. The terrors of Holliday's childhood galvanized her. She knows and respects the dangers that press against the city's walls, and her drive to rebuild the city's aerospace capabilities is driven as much by pragmatism as by her love of flight. Problem is that telling us that Holliday loves to fly does not communicate that fact to the player as quickly or as well as this, and this, and this. Let's take a look at what that cutscene does and how it does it. First, we take the same two characters from the last scene and pair them again, Holliday and Zavala. We know that Holliday was in the tower as a child, and that long before then, Zavala was the same as we know him now. This underscores the difference between Guardians and ordinary humans, at least in terms of lifespan. As far as we know, Holliday is a normal, mortal human being with an ordinary lifespan, no ghost, no special powers or abilities. Zavala orders Holliday to take us to the Cabal command ship. If Holliday is killed undertaking this task, presumably that's it for her. If she's not a Guardian, she won't be revived. She's risking her life here in a way that no Guardian is required to, in the service of performing a task, bringing a Guardian from one location to another, that in the whole of Destiny 1 was a completely safe area for players, since orbit basically functioned as a menu and a loading screen. The next image starts to connect the character development we performed with Zavala and Holliday to Destiny's main story and how this affects the player in the current mission. Holliday believes that the Traveler protects humans, but she experiences this protection secondhand through Guardians. She believes that humanity alone and unaided appears to be inadequate to face the threats posed by the Fallen, Hive, Vex, and Cabal. As players of Destiny, we may have our doubts about the Traveler, about whether it and the stories told about it by the speaker and others are true, about what the darkness truly is, and whether or not it is real, about whether or not the ultimate antagonist in this story may turn out to be the Traveler itself. Up to now, I felt safe being curious about how the story would turn out, comfortable in the knowledge that no matter what happens, the game will provide interesting contexts in which to shoot things. So ultimately, it doesn't matter if the player, whether the Traveler survives or is destroyed, whether it turns out to be an ally or an enemy. But that is not how Amanda Holliday feels about this situation at this moment. She's been raised to believe that the Traveler is what protects humanity against the darkness, through the Guardians. It is now under threat. She both wants to help defend it, even at the risk to her own life, and for it to awake from its slumber and defend itself, something that presumably has not happened in her lifetime. Holliday has now been established, at least minimally, as a relatable character with her own interests and desires. We understand her situation in connection to the game's main plot now. We know that to some degree she credits Guardians in general, Zavala in particular, and by extension the Traveler, for the continuing existence of her species and for her life in particular, a life she now risks in carrying out Zavala's order, to bring us to the attack on the command ship of the invading Cabal. Destiny 1's story mission voiceovers vacillated between attempting to create unfelt urgency and expressing the player's own boredom, especially during repeated gameplay sequences. The end of this sequence, I would argue, provides better motivation for the gameplay that follows than any previous sequence in Destiny, and it also connects that gameplay to the larger story. When I see this scene, I want to kick the Cabal where it hurts. I want the Traveler to survive. I want it not to betray us. I don't know what will happen, but I now suspect that I will feel something about it, one way or another, rather than just looking for the next enemy to shoot. I care. I care because Bungie bothered to create characters we could care about. And because they care what happens in their world. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with more videos about other changes being made in Destiny 2.